Good evening, everyone. It's Team GSale back for a third pickup video. It's Saturday night, so everyone's kind of sleeping here. Thought I'd stay up and do my weekend pickup videos. I doubt I'm going to get any time to go tomorrow, so I might as well just do them now. I got the microphone hooked up. Hopefully sound is a bit better. I'm in front of my Xbox 360 shelf. Different lighting. Hopefully it works out nicely. Had some decent pickups this week because I'm going back to work next week. Fortunately, probably not going to do as many pickups. They're going to be maybe half or a quarter of what they are now, so might as well enjoy a few more while I can. As always, we'll start off with board games, and I got quite a few this week, so we'll go through those one at a time. We'll start off with this sort of smaller board game. So my dad's good friend had a garage sale last week. I couldn't make it. My dad said, if there's anything left over, he's going to show me. So he called me this week and said, hey, there's a bunch of board games. You want to come take a look? And I said, absolutely. So I went over, and there was a lot of them were taped and ripped and in really bad condition, but there were some really good ones. So we'll look at those. So first off, I should say, Tribond. It's complete, it's in good shape. I've played it. It's not a bad game. Not one of my favorite games. I don't own it, but I'll probably end up selling it at a convention for $2 or $3 since it was free, just as someone who actually really does want it, because I don't. And then also going along with Tribond is Tribond 3 for All, also complete, in decent shape as well. Again, another game I'll sell at a convention for $2 or $3. Just pass along the settings to somebody who wants them, considering they were free games. In addition, there was one really good game on the lot, and this is 13 Dead End Drive. I already own it. But it is an awesome game. I always call it like Clue on steroids. You're basically you're given a character, and you can move your character or you can move anyone's character. No one knows who you have, and the whole point is try to escape the mansion before someone kills you. And you can kill people by putting them on traps. Super fun game. Not worth a lot. I might ask $10 for it because it's in good shape. I have a few copies already. The pieces tend to always be missing or broken on them, so this one actually was nice to have with everything in it. So one that I will definitely be getting rid of at a convention.
See you later, Chef. The game's 13 Dead End Drive, where you can get rich by accident. It's nighty-night for the hairdresser. Someone will inherit a fortune, but everyone's dying to bump you off. A little trip for the fortune teller. First out of 13 Dead End Drive, while their picture is above the mantel, wins. Lights out for the boyfriend.
Couple more. Owned this one as a kid. This one's called Safe at Home, and I got this one at the Bible's thrift store. There's the price there, $1. This was actually sponsored by Block Parents. If you grew up in the 80s, everyone knows that sign, Block Parents sign.
Hey, sweetheart! You want to lift home?
I don't know you. What's my password?
I'm a good friend of your mommy's.
Uh-oh, let's freeze it right there. Going with that stranger is dangerous.
If this happens to you, go directly to a house with this sign in the window.
Amy was smart. She got help.
Life isn't a video machine. When trouble happens, Block Parents are there.
It was a game about being safe. We had one at our cottage. I remember playing it with my cousins. Very fond memories of this game, so I picked it up just because it was $1, and the kids and I will play it together. Picked up a game called Crypto by Parker Brothers. It's a card game. It doesn't look like anything complex. It was $2.50 at an out-of-town thrift store, the Mennonite thrift store. So we'll add that one to the collection because I don't own that one and I've never tried it. This one here is Home Alone. I already own it. It's kind of a collectible game, not worth too much money. I ended up getting it at a Mennonite thrift store for $2. So it's complete, and I will definitely be selling this one at a convention, maybe for $7 or $8 to someone who maybe is a big Home Alone fan. I got a copy of Gettysburg. Now, Gettysburg is a card game. I know nothing about it. A friend of mine, I traded some Goosebumps movies to, he had found this and asked me if I wanted it, and I like board games and card games, so added it to the collection. I have to give it a try. And here is an uncommon Milton Bradley game called Rock Jocks. It's a big box. Very cool game. I own it already. It's got some 3D elements to it with characters that stretch and other things that go onto them. Definitely a cool game. It's got some value to it. I'm going to be selling this one at a convention because I already owned it. Unfortunately, it's missing 2 little plastic rocks. I like to keep little tags on them so when people come up to buy, say, "What is missing this?" But it's still in really good shape, and you can still play the game. So this one will definitely be getting definitely sold. And the last one is definitely a cool game. I already own it. I actually own a few copies of it and some of the expansions. And it's Siege. Now, Siege is known as Weapons and Warriors in the States. It was released by Playtime Industries, the same company who brought you safely home. It is not really a board game. It's basically a play set. You set up castles, and you could shoot little projectiles at with catapults or cannons at the other people, and basically try to destroy the other people's base, kill other soldiers. Really fun. We owned it as a kid, played a lot of it. It's missing some of the plastic orange balls that come with it, but I mean, they're not hard to find. You can use really anything. This one I will be selling at a convention because, like I said, I've come across this a few times, and it's very popular. People like it.
It's the battle action game, Weapons and Warriors. In Weapons and Warriors, you blast your enemy with crossbows, cannons, catapults, and if your aim is deadlier than his, victory will be yours. Weapons and Warriors, 4 sets to choose from.
Okay, getting into the other things that aren't so much video games, but this was cool. I found this at a thrift store today. It's a little plaque. It's got a little cassette tape on it that says mixtape on it. I'm going to put this, it was $3. I'm going to put this actually above my tape and boombox cassette area. I think it'll look cool on it. So, I mean, $3 for that. Speaking of tapes and cassettes, so I got one this week. It was 25 cents at the Outer Town Midnight Thrift Store, and it's Rap Tracks Volume 3, just a combination of different rap artists from the 90s. 25 cents, I grabbed it. No CDs this week, but I did find a CD player. This is an RCA Walkman. Actually got this at a garage sale for $2. It works, and these are cool. People do pay for these. Like, there's people who still want these kind of things to play their old CDs on, things like that. I have a couple already. This one I'll probably end up selling. I don't ask a lot for them, but they're if I get them for $1 or $2, they're worth picking up. So there's one there. VHSs, I ended up getting 4 this week. Some actually valuable ones. This is Blood In, Blood Out. Great movie. Watched it when I was younger. It actually has some value. You'll see the values posted in the video as usual. Probably be right up here in this corner. And yeah, Blood In, Blood Out. This was $2 at Value Village. Got this one today. It was actually 50% off $1, so this was 50 cents. And this is Are You Being Served Christmas edition. I love Are You Being Served. One of my favorite British comedies. I used to stay up late on CBC. They used to air them really late at night, like 11 midnight. I'd stay up and watch this one, Keeping Up Appearances and Yes Minister. So definitely grab those when I see them.
Are you free? I'm very free, Mr. Gray.
Found this at a garage sale for $1. This is the Turtles Easter special. I don't own this one, so definitely cool to have it. It was $1. Why not? And lastly, I found this one today for 50 cents at a thrift store out of town. It's Halloween 2. This one's actually got a little bit of value. The older horror ones do tend to sell well. I'll probably keep this in the collection of my VHSs. Some other random non-video game stuff. I got a Garfield Pez dispenser. I actually got this a few weeks ago, but forgot to throw it in. I paid $2 at the antique store. I love Garfield. Honestly, it's probably too much for a Pez dispenser, but it's Garfield, so I like Garfield stuff. Okay, a couple more things here. I love the California raisins. I remember being introduced to them in the back in the 80s, 90s. This is a mug, and it's actually in really good shape. Found it at a garage sale. A guy had the sticker on it right there. It's $2. But it's mint. I don't know if it was ever used or not, but there's the California Raisins mug. But in the box, for $2, I picked it up. I mentioned last week when I got the Taz one, I love these types of mugs. I have a collection of them upstairs. Speaking of cups, some of you will remember these. 1983. These are the Return of the Jedi collector's cups from 7-Eleven. The same guy who had the California Raisins had a complete set. There's 8 of them here. I'll post a picture of them up here because I'm not going to take them all out, but he wanted $1 for all of them. I mean, these are cool. They're good. I cleaned them out a little bit because they were a little dusty, but I don't know if they're worth anything or not, but they're cool. I couldn't find much info on eBay on them, especially a complete set, but they're cool, especially for $1. And lastly, for video games, non-video game pickups, I found a Sonic comic for 50 cents at the thrift store. I pick up video game comics whenever I find them. And that's it for non-video games. Video games this week, there were a few cool items, if I could ever get them over here. The first one, we'll start off like I said, I got a console. I found a TI 99 4A. It was $9.99 at Value Village. I had a $2 off coupon, so it worked out to about $8. It doesn't have any cords or controllers. It looks like it's in really good shape. I can't test it because I actually don't have any. So if you have an extra set, let me know. Never owned a TI 99. I was really shocked to actually see it there at first when I walked by it. I thought, oh, it's a typewriter, and I'm like, oh wait, it's a Texas Instruments. So yeah, that was a cool pickup this week. Oh, they don't seem to be worth too much. It's hard to gauge the value because sometimes you don't know. Like eBay, I didn't actually find any loose ones. They were all like complete with controllers and stuff. So I guess we'll start off with some other stuff. This was actually random. At the same garage sale that my dad was at, he found an N64 jumper pack. And he just said, do you want it? I said, whatever. So he gave it to me, and whatever, it was free. And okay, so next up on the list here, DS. Picked up 2 games here at the Bible thrift store. They were both $2 a pop. I got Backyard Football. Not a game I plan on playing anytime soon, but I didn't own it. It's complete in case. We'll add it to the collection. And I got Brain Quest grades 5 and 6. Again, not a game I plan on playing, but we'll add it to the collection. I made a few trades at our local game store, P&P. I brought in Mario Kart for the Wii, missing the manual. They gave me $12 trade credit. I brought in the Ultimate Shooting Collection, which I believe I showed in a previous video. I picked up at a thrift store for $3. They gave me $18 in trade credit. I brought in 2 PS1 games. I got a garage sales, Siphon Filter and Gran Turismo. They gave me like $6 for both. And I brought in a copy of Blast Corps, an extra one I had for the N64, and I think they gave me $6. So in total, I had like $35 in trade. So I ended up getting all these DS games with my trade credit because there was nothing else for the Wii or anything I needed there. So I got Final Fantasy Rings of Fate, or Ring of Fate, sorry. Haven't tried this one yet, so I'm looking forward to maybe giving it a whirl. All of these are complete in case. I got Operation Vietnam, which was a little more expensive than I thought it was. Didn't realize they went for that much. I got this one. I have one of them. I think Battle of Giants something or other. This is the Dragons edition, which I don't own. So there's that, complete in case. This one just looked odd. Princess Natasha. There's literally no sold listings on eBay, so I don't know what it's worth. And lastly, this one was interesting, partially because it was from a developer I like, but Pray the Stars, and play as well. I estimated that I had the Mario Kart I had paid $2 for, the Wii, the Ultimate Shooting Collection I had paid 3, PS1 games I had paid $1 for them, and the Blast Corps I had paid $3 for, so $6, $7, $8, I had $9 into all those DS games essentially is what I had of value into them. Found this one at a pawn shop this week. It's Namco Museum, Player's Choice for the GameCube. It was complete. I paid $5 and I thought this one was worth something, but I completely remembered after I bought it, it was the 50th anniversary edition. I don't really collect GameCube, so I'll probably just trade it for some random title. This was another dumb mistake of mine. I picked this up at a garage sale for $1 Shrek for the Xbox. I own it already. My phone was dead. I couldn't check my retro app. Unfortunately, I have Shrek 2. So this one I'll just, who knows, trade it or something. This was at a garage sale for $2. It's Test Drive Unlimited for the Xbox 360. Haven't played it, but I have played other Test Drive games, and they're generally pretty good. Even Destruction is one of my favorites. Tends to be worth quite a bit, too. I found G.I. Joe Rise of the Cobra. I already own it, but if you can see there, it was $1 at the thrift store. So I picked it up because I could probably resell it or trade it. There it is. And last one, for disc-based games, I got Shadow of War. I did my Lord of the Rings video last week, and I mentioned that these ones were ones I didn't own yet, but I found this at the pawn shop. Guy gave me a deal, $3 on it. So I'll add that one to the collection. Now, I mentioned in a previous video that a cousin of mine had sold off his Super Nintendo collection, and I had sort of been slowly making some trades with him, so I made another one. I picked up 3 Wii U games that he needed. He's going for a complete Wii U set right now. I paid $12 for the Wii U games, and so I traded him those, and he ended up giving me Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 for those 3, which was nice. And the last 3, which I wanted from him, surprisingly, one of them, I thought I had it in my collection, but I didn't. I've been emulating it when I play it, so now it's nice to actually have it here. I received a SNES Classic a while back as a gift, and I really have no use for it. I have all the games on it. It just sits on my shelf and doesn't do anything. So we made a trade. I didn't realize they were going for like over $100 now. So, I mean, really, I gave him a deal, even though I could have made more on eBay, but really I'm helping him out. He's helping me out. It worked out nicely. I got Kirby's Dream Course, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, and Zelda, A Link to the Past, my favorite Zelda game. All those 3 for the SNES Mini. So, yeah, otherwise, that was my week. It was fun to go out, had a good time. Next week, I really think this is going to slow down. Just I'm going to be so busy with work. I doubt I'm going to get to the thrift stores as much, or anywhere else for that matter. But again, once again, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Team GSale. And if you haven't followed me, follow me on Instagram, again, at Team GSale. I'll post the handle right there. And again, awesome to do another video. Thanks so much to everyone who's followed. I went from no subscribers to almost 40 in a few days. So hopefully we can keep going. I said if I can get to 100, I'm going to do a giveaway somewhere. One of these things or a couple of these things I'll give away to a random follower who's been subscribing. So again, thanks for watching and have a great night.